What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025, and yeah, we're here at Academia BSB again. Time for another deep dive, this time into some B1 level class notes.
That's right. We're looking at Mario, Douglas, and Tiago's class.
Exactly. And we're going to do a bit of a look back and a look forward, see where they've been grammar-wise, vocab-wise, and where things are heading. I'm Teacher Paul.
And I'm Teacher Murray. Hey, everyone. It's always interesting to see how these different pieces fit together over time.
Absolutely. So the idea today really is remembering the past helps plan the future, yeah?
Yeah.
We dig into these old notes, see what's clicking, and then figure out how that sets everyone up for what's next.
Makes sense.
Building blocks.
Right. First up, let's hit the vocabulary from the current class notes. It's a pretty decent list here. We've got cap, hat, clothes, big, puppy, kitten, cub, outfit, to travel, trip, citizenship, ancestors, passport.
Another. Italy, Europe, to know, to know. Yeah, 3 times. Yeah, we'll get to that. Significant integrated relationship, internet, taxes, a lot of labor, work. 1 child, 2 children. Enough, sufficient.
Fat, positivity, grease, delicious, to give away, to donate, to miss, to hear, pillow, ranch, backyard garden.
Doggy, dog, cock, chicken, owner, law, employees, song, music, country, samba, foxtrot, jazz, rap, classical, and human. Whew. Okay.
That's quite a list.
It is. So let's kick it off with cap versus hat. Seems basic, but there's a little nuance there, isn't there?
Definitely. I mean, you put something on your head, yeah. But generally think about the shape and why you're wearing it. A cap, usually softer, right? Often
Yeah.
got that visor like a baseball cap.
Yeah.
A hat, well, that's broader. It could be for sun protection, like a big floppy hat, or maybe something more formal, like for a wedding. It kind of depends on the situation.
Good point. Formality, purpose. Okay. Then puppy, kitten, cub. All baby animals, but obviously different ones.
Exactly. Puppy, young dog. Kitten, young cat, easy enough. Cub, that's usually for like wild animals, predators often. Lions, bears, tigers. Their babies are cubs.
Right. So you wouldn't call a baby dog a cub.
Definitely not. Different animal families.
Makes sense. Okay. To give away versus to donate. Both mean getting rid of stuff, but what's the slight difference?
Well, I think it often comes down to intention and who receives it. Giveaway could be pretty casual, maybe to a friend, or just leaving something out you don't need anymore.
Right.
To donate, though, usually implies giving to, like, a charity or an organization. There's often a specific cause involved. You donate clothes to Goodwill. Maybe you give away old books to your neighbor.
Gotcha. So donate often has that sort of formal, charitable angle. Okay. Doggy and dog.
Yeah. That Y ending, it just makes it sound, well, cuter, more informal, doesn't it? More affectionate. Dog is the standard word.
So you'd call your own pet doggy, maybe?
Probably, yeah. Like, come here, doggy. If you're talking technically about breeds or something, you'd just say dogs. Like
Yeah.
kitty and cat.
Got it. Tone shift. Okay. Song versus music. And the notes list all those genres under music. How do they connect?
Right. So a song is usually one specific piece, typically got words, maybe verses, a chorus, Music is the big umbrella term. It's the art form.
Okay.
So music includes songs, but also instrumental pieces, symphonies, everything. And then we break music down into genres like country, samba, jazz, classical, rap, all those listed. So a specific country tune with lyrics is a song within the music genre of country.
Makes perfect sense. And the 3, 2 no's? Not a mistake then.
Nope, definitely intentional. It's just highlighting how versatile that verb is. We use it in, well, at least 3 key ways. We know people, like we're familiar with them. We know places, maybe we've lived there or visited a lot. And we know things, facts, information, skills, like, do you know Maria? Versus I know Paris well, versus I know how to swim. 3 different kinds of knowing.
3 flavors of knowing. I like that. Okay, fat versus grease. Both sound a bit, oily.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
But different contexts. Fat as a noun is, the stuff in meat or butter. As an adjective for people, well, you got to be careful using that one. Grease is usually thicker, stickier oil, like stuff used on machines, or maybe the oil left in the pan after frying bacon. Talk about fat on a steak, but grease on engine parts.
Definitely wouldn't talk about grease on a steak. Okay. And human as a new word. Seems very basic.
It is, but it's fundamental, isn't it? It's just the word for us people. As a noun, a human, or an adjective, human nature. Essential stuff.
All right, let's slide into verb nuances. This is where we get into the real nitty-gritty of how verbs work differently. First up, to know versus to meet. The notes give examples like, do you know? I know who he is, and I haven't met Bolsonaro. What's the core difference here?
The big distinction is familiarity versus the first encounter. To know suggests you have some awareness, some information. You can know of someone, like a famous person, know their work, their reputation, right? But you might never have actually interacted with them directly. To meet is that specific moment of introduction, the first time you actually talk or shake hands. So yeah, you might know who Bolsonaro is from the news.
But you haven't met him personally.
Exactly. That example really nails it. It's about existing awareness versus that initial interaction.
Yeah, okay, clear. And then we have to know a place versus to have been to a place. Like, I know Russia versus I haven't been to Russia. This isn't just about facts. It's about physical experience. Yeah.
Precisely. I know Russia suggests a much deeper connection. Maybe you lived there, traveled extensively, studied it in depth. It implies real familiarity through experience.
You're right.
I haven't been to Russia. Just a statement of fact. You haven't physically visited. You could know a massive amount about Russia from books or documentaries, but still truthfully say you haven't been there.
So the notes then ask, do you know England? Have you been to England? That difference is subtle but important.
It really is. Do you know England?
Yeah.
Feels broader. You could be asking about familiarity with the culture, the people, the general vibe, maybe from living there, or lots of visits.
Yep.
Have you been to England? Is much more direct. Did you physically travel there? Yes or no? Someone could watch tons of BBC, feel they know England in a way, but still answer, no, I haven't actually been there.
Got it. Okay, let's switch gears slightly to the past class review. Got to make sure the earlier lessons are spicking. First, the matching exercise. A cap, that matches with number 4, right? Small hat, visor, sports.
Yep, sounds right.
B hat, that's number 8. General headwear protection. C, outfit. Number 7, clothes worn together for an event. D, citizenship. Number 5, legal right to be part of a country. E, ancestors. That's 3. Family from long ago.
Good.
F, passport. Number 1, the travel document. G, trip. Number 2, a short journey. And H, to travel, leaves number 6, going from place to place.
Solid. Yeah, those are key words, especially with the travel theme running through. Good to lock those down.
Totally. Next, the choose the best option part, focusing on know and knows. Number 1, I know how to cook pasta. That's A, no.
Right. Fry.
Number 2, do you know where my passport is? That's B, no. Question form with you.
Yep.
Number 3, she knows many things about Italy. That's B, knows, because it's she.
Perfect. Yeah, those little exercises really hammer home the conjugation. It's not just the word, it's how it changes.
Exactly. And the last part of the review, completing sentences. 1, my grandfather was born in Italy, so I want to visit there. Straight from the vocab. 2, you need a passport to travel to another country. Essential travel vocab. 3, I always wear a cap when I play tennis. Back to cap versus hat.
Deep connection.
Their ancestors came from Europe 100 years ago. Family history link. 5, Maria packed her best outfit for the wedding, using outfit nicely. And yeah, the notes mention regions vocab came up before too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Seeing the words used in context like that really helps cement the meaning.
All right, let's plunge into the grammar. Big topic. We're looking at there is, there are in the present, there was, there were in the past, and there will be for the future. Basically talking about existence.
Yeah, these are absolutely fundamental. There is for singular things now. There was for singular things in the past, like there is a cat on the sofa. There was a meeting yesterday.
Right, and there were for plural.
Exactly. There are 2 cats on the sofa. There were lots of people there. And the question form, like the notes show, are there dogs in your house? And the answer given is yes, there are 3 dogs. Slight correction needed there.
Ah, good catch. What should it be?
It should be yes, there are 3 dogs. You need that verb are to match the plural dogs. Easy mistake to make, but important.
Definitely. Good reminder. Okay, now the future. There will be. How does that one work?
Pretty straightforward, actually. It works for both singular and plural in the future. There will be a party next week. There will be snacks. The question is, will there be? Like, let's connect it to travel again. Mario planning his trip.
Yeah.
He might ask, will there be good restaurants near the hotel? And the answer could be, yes, there will be several. Or, will there be Wi-Fi? No, there will not be free Wi-Fi. Planning future existence.
Yeah, that makes sense. Helps you picture what to expect. Okay, now, present perfect. There have been examples. There has been changes in the labor law, and there has been changes in our society. What's the idea here? Linking past and present.
Exactly that. The present perfect version, there has been, or there have been, talks about something that happened. or started in the past, but has a connection or relevance now. So there has been changes. Wait, another small point on the example. Changes is plural, so it should technically be there have been changes.
Ah, okay. So there have been changes in the labor law.
Right, and it implies those changes happened over time, maybe recently, maybe over years, but they matter now. It connects a past period to the present situation.
Got it. Plural subject changes needs plural verb have been. Okay. And that leads us right into present perfect generally, and those often tricky past participles. Group 1. Do, done, go, gone. That gone is super common for travel talk.
Oh, absolutely. Have you ever gone to Japan? It's asking you about a past travel experience that's part of your life story now.
Then group 2. Drive, driven. Group 3. Think, thought. Group 4. Blow, blew, blown. Grow, fly. Group 5. Teach, taught. Catch, caught, caught. These are regulars. They just need practice, yeah?
Pretty much. Repetition, using them in sentences, maybe making flashcards. Recognizing patterns helps sometimes, like teach, taught, catch, caught. But many are just unique. Consistent exposure is key. Try to use them actively.
Right. Now, continuous verb tenses. The notes say past continuous, I am going to. Hang on. I am going to. It sounds like future intention or present continuous, doesn't it?
You're spot on. That example isn't quite right for past continuous. Past continuous is about actions in progress at a specific point in the past. Like, I was watching TV when you called.
Okay.
The notes do correctly mention present continuous, it to be plus ing. Like, we are talking right now. Actions happening now. So yeah, that I am going to example seems misplaced for past continuous.
Good clarification. Don't want to confuse things. And lastly, in grammar, other verb tenses showing question-answer patterns. Are you I? I am I. Present states, will you I will go to Sue Plans. Would you like rye? I would like rye. Preferences.
Exactly. These are like conversational templates.
Yeah.
Really useful for basic interactions, asking and answering common questions. Mastering these helps build fluency quickly.
Definitely. Okay, let's try to pull this all together in language usage. The idea is to imagine a dialogue using the vocab and grammar, keeping that past-future theme. How about we imagine Mario and Douglas chatting about Italy again?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Mario could use the present perfect, like, so, Douglas, have you ever been to Italy?
And Douglas could reply, no, actually, I haven't been there yet. But I know quite a bit about it. My ancestors came from Europe, you know. I've always wanted to travel there. Mixing vocab and that know versus been to.
Perfect. Then Mario could look forward, using the future. I'm thinking of planning a trip. Will there be loads of tourists in Rome next spring, do you think?
And Douglas could answer, oh, probably. It's super popular, but I bet the food is delicious. Maybe there will be some less crowded regions to explore. Using delicious in regions, and there will be.
Exactly. And we can throw in casual stuff, too. Maybe Tiago joins in. Hey, Mario, when you went away, did you miss your doggy?
Yeah. And Mario, oh, man, I did miss him. Luckily, my neighbor looked after him. He's the owner of that cute little puppy we saw. Bringing in Miss, Doggy, owner, puppies.
It flows. And continuous tenses.
Right. Douglas could say, hey, Tiago, earlier today you were talking really intensely on your phone. Everything okay? Using past continuous.
And Tiago, oh yeah, fine. I was just trying to organize a trip with my cousin. Using past continuous again, plus trip.
And a really useful phrase for any learner if they don't understand. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Using that past participle of catch.
Absolutely vital phrase. And that quantity question example. How many children are there in your family? There are 2 children. Using there are.
These examples really show how it all fits together in actual conversation. It's not just lists and rules.
That's the whole point, isn't it? Using the language to actually communicate.
Okay, quickly on the writing section. The prompt was, describe your favorite travel destination. And the notes say, Tiago, Mario, Douglas, and Reynaldo handed in drafts. That's great.
Oh yeah, writing is fantastic practice. Really makes you think about structuring your ideas and choosing the right words. Solidifies everything.
And the homework follows that. Describe the destination and find 3 groups from the past participle list. Active recall.
Exactly. Keeps the learning active, not passive.
Looking ahead, upcoming linguistic scope is reading strategies. That'll be useful. And the bibliographic references are there for extra digging.
Reading strategies are so important for becoming more independent and tackling authentic materials. Good next step.
Now let's glance at the class stats. Okay, vocabulary growth. 0 words for this specific session, maybe. But comprehensive lexicon repertory, 816 words. That's pretty solid for B1, right?
Yeah, 816 words is a very respectable vocabulary base at this level. It shows they have a good range to work with, even if this particular session focused more on reinforcing or nuances rather than adding dozens of new items.
Makes sense. Then oral fluency and speech engagement span, 60 minutes. That sounds good, an hour of active speaking practice.
That's excellent. Sustained speaking is key for building fluency and confidence. And listening wavelength, 2 hour 29 meters 06s. Almost 2.5 hours of listening engagement.
Wow. That's significant. Shows that they're really immersed in hearing the language.
Definitely. Listening is crucial for understanding rhythm, intonation, and just getting used to the sound of English.
Okay, and the last one. Phonetic deviation ratio, 100%. What does that tell us, really?
Well, it basically means that according to whatever metric was used, their pronunciation consistently differs from a specific target accent, perhaps a standard native speaker model. It doesn't automatically mean their pronunciation is bad or unintelligible.
Right, it's just different.
Exactly. It's a data point. At B1 level, you expect pronunciation to still be developing. The focus should be on clarity and being understood, rather than necessarily eliminating an accent. But it highlights an area for potential future focus.
Gotcha. So overall, these stats seem to show learners who have a decent vocabulary are actively speaking and listening a lot and are still developing their pronunciation, which sounds about right for B1.
I'd agree. It paints a picture of engaged learners putting in the effort. And that consistent effort is what leads to real progress over time. It's about using the vocabulary, understanding the grammar, and just practicing.
Absolutely. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Think back yourself. Was there a time your English just seemed to click, to jump forward?
Yeah.
What were you doing then? Were you watching more movies, talking to people, reading? How can you maybe bring some of that successful strategy into what you're doing now to reach your next goal?
That's a great point. Reflecting on your own past successes can be really motivating and show you what works best for you.
Exactly. All right, that wraps up our deep dive for today into these BSB class notes. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Remember, it's not only about the language.
It's all about communication. Until next time.